All right, well, welcome everyone again to our info session. We're going to start here promptly. We have an hour and we have a lot to cover in this hour. I hope you can hear me well, hear me and see me well. If you can, please drop a note in the chat. I am taking this info session from Amman, Jordan, where I just returned from being in Egypt for the past week, and the Wi-Fi both in Egypt and here is a bit notorious. It keeps dropping in and out, but hopefully we'll have no interruptions today. And yeah, if you can hear me, if you can see me, please say hello in the chat. Susan, it's so wonderful to hear you, to see you. I'm just so happy that you were able to join us today. That's really awesome. All right, so welcome everyone. This is a info session and a look inside my upcoming Introduction to Travel Journalism program. And in this info session, I will share with you some of the strategies that I've learned over the years of being in this career, and also share with you the information about the program itself, what we do inside the program, what are all the components, how it might help you, and if it can be a good fit for you. So like I said, we have a lot to cover today, and let's get started. It's so wonderful to see so many familiar faces here too. Lourdes, again, Zoe, Savannah is here, Leonie is here. Wonderful to see you, Leonie. Just really great to see everyone. Leonie is joining us from Marrakesh. How awesome. Susan is in New Orleans, Sweden. Yeah, actually, if you guys can all drop in the chat where are you all joining from, that would be amazing. I always love how international our sessions get, so that's really cool. And please mute yourself if you can, so that we have a good viewing. We have Canada, we have UK, we have New York and Chicago again, San Antonio, UK. Really awesome, really international session today. All right, so welcome again everyone. So if you're here today, if you decided to come join us for this hour, you're probably are dreaming about a career in travel photography or writing, but potentially you also feel like it can be a little bit impossible, or you don't really know where to get started or how to make that dream that you have a reality. You don't know where to begin with trying to get your work published. And I understand that so well, because when I started in this career path, I had similar feeling of being overwhelmed and not really knowing where to start, because there isn't really a clear roadmap in this path. You know, the industry is so shrouded in secrecy. A lot of times we don't really know how to pitch, where to pitch, how to work with editors, how to work with tourism boards. It's a very aspirational career path. You know, a lot of people, of course, love travel. Probably most of us, if we're here today in this info session, we love travel, we love exploring, we love storytelling, but we don't really know how to get started. And this is where Travel Media Lab, the company that I started, and the platform that I'm building, this is where it comes in, because we try to provide some of those roadmaps, some of those directions to people, because there should be, you know, there is really no reason why this industry should be so secretive and so shrouded in mystery for people. And if you're here today, you probably also have plenty of stories to tell, but you might feel like it's intimidating for you to start reaching out to editors and to start putting yourself out there and your work out there, and to start sharing your ideas with others. This is something that I hear a lot from our prospective students and from people who ultimately come to join us in our programs, that this feels really scary sometimes to put yourself in front of editors. So if that's you, then you know that you're in the right place today as well. And of course, you wish that there was a roadmap to doing this work. Like I mentioned earlier, this is not an industry like a legal industry, for example, where in a legal industry, you know that you go to law school, you pass the bar exam at the end, you study hard, you pass the exam, you join a law firm, you become an associate, and you have a clear career path, right? That's after some time, you can become a partner in the law firm. So there is sort of a clear progression. In this industry, in travel media, it doesn't quite work like that. It's sort of very, the career path here can seem to be very, not a straight line, not a straight line. And not too many people are sharing their knowledge about this industry or about what to do or how to get started. So if that's you, if you feel like you wish that there was a roadmap for entering this industry, then you're definitely in the right place today as well. And finally, if you want to understand how this travel media industry works, how do you get better at pitching, what makes a good pitch, how does the whole interaction work, how to work with editors, how to work with tourism boards. If you want to become more proactive with your work and with pitching more and with getting more ideas in front of people, then you're in the right place today as well. Okay, so all of those things that I've just shared with you, these are observations that I've sort of collected over the past 5 years of being in this industry, because first I was dealing with a lot of these issues, and then the people that come join us in Travel Media Lab are also reporting similar issues, that they feel intimidated, that they feel like pitching is so scary, that they don't know where to start, they don't know how to pitch. And so, all these observations, they come from sort of lived and learned experience that I and other students in our programs have had. And I know that there is a better way to be in this industry. There can be a very clear way of entering this industry. I know this because not only I've entered this industry myself and started working successfully with many different publications and tourism boards, but I've also already helped almost 50 students publish their stories and get entered in this industry as well. And it turns out that I really love this part of the work. I really love teaching. I really love helping people. I really love answering their questions, guiding them, developing their pitches together with them. All sort of this, all the work and all the support that we're doing inside this program and in the Travel Media Lab community in general. I really love all of that work. So I'm just so happy and so excited that I get to share it with our students and get to share a little bit of that today with you as well. And in fact, our students are getting published, and some of the stories that I've been publishing in these publications that you see on the screen today are just absolutely brilliant. And these are first-time stories that they're publishing. When they enter into our community, they have no published work. They have no portfolio. They just have ideas, right? They have a desire to tell stories. And with my guidance and with the structure and the process that we're offering in this program, here's the results that they're getting. And it's so incredible for me to see them, because when they get that pitch acceptance email from an editor from Time magazine or from Condé Nast Traveler that says, hey, yes, great story, let's work together, they're just absolutely bouncing off the walls. It's their dreams come true. And I know this feeling well, because I still get that feeling even today, even after 5 years of being in this industry. When that email comes in that the editor says yes to your idea and to your pitch, it's just such a thrill. It's such a rush that someone else saw a potential in your idea and they want to publish it in their publication and potentially expose it to millions and millions of people reading your idea and reading your story. So it's really really a wonderful feeling to have, and I want you guys to have that feeling as well. And if you don't know me, if some of you don't know me, just really quick, a little bit about my story. So again, my name is Yulia Denisiuk. I'm a travel journalist, travel photographer and writer. I'm also an entrepreneur, an educator, a community builder. And with Travel Media Lab, that's what we're aiming to do. We're aiming to build a community of people who want to break into the industry, who want to start working in this industry, who want to start publishing their stories, and importantly, who want to be in community with other people, right? My story is that for the first sort of 3 or 4 years in this path, I've been on my own. I didn't get any support from anyone. You know, it was really difficult for me. I was trying many different things. I was pitching. Some of my pitches weren't that good. You know, I got better through doing the work and through doing many pitches. But I didn't have that community. I didn't have support. So now it's really important for me to be building that support for others. And it's really a really powerful when you have that community of people who are all working on similar things and who are all supporting each other and encouraging each other. It's really, really powerful. And you guys can find us on Instagram, of course. I'm at In Search of Perfect on Instagram, and Travel Media Lab, our community, is at Travel Media Lab. Feel free to share. Oh, sorry. Feel free to share. You know, if something I say today is resonating with you, particularly, then please feel free to share it on Instagram. I always check, you know, all the tags and everything there. So that's just a little bit about me and my path. And today I want to share with you a little concept that I've developed over the years of working in this industry that I don't really see many people talk about. And this concept, I call it the secret to getting your stories published, is really built upon three very clear and very important areas that you need to develop. And those three areas are: first, you need to imagine what your new path in this industry will look like. You need to have a vision for what it is that you're trying to do. And that vision needs to be really specific. A lot of times people come to me and they ask me questions. They say, hey, Yulia, how do I get published with National Geographic? Or how do I become a travel photographer and writer? Well, believe it or not, that is a very vague question. That is a very vague dream, a very vague statement. We need to be much more specific. We need to be much more detailed with what it is that we're trying to accomplish. And there is a reason for that, because when we have a very clear vision to what we're trying to build, we are getting clarity, we're getting direction, we're getting focus. We know what our next steps should be to building that vision, and we're also sort of giving ourselves permission to believe into something bigger, perhaps, than we could ever believe before, and to dream bigger and to reach for bigger things. And we don't often give ourselves permission to do that. So it's really, really important that we have like that we build out this vision. We use our imagination to imagine what our new path in this industry could look like. The second really important area is building your confidence, and that goes back to me noticing that a lot of people who are entering this industry, they're really afraid to put themselves out there. They're afraid to pitch. They're afraid to share their ideas with editors because they're afraid that they will get rejected. They don't think they're good enough. They don't think that their ideas are good enough. And this is a huge area of development that we need to work on, because in this industry, much more so than any other industries, you really need to put yourself out there. You really need to start sharing your ideas with anyone who will listen, right? And in our case, it means editors of different publications, because quite simply, if you don't pitch, if you don't reach out to editors, nothing will happen. You know, sometimes people tell people in our community, they tell me, you know, Yulia, I thought perhaps naively that If I just show up on Instagram, let's say, someone will notice me, right? Let's say I just show up on Instagram consistently, and the editor will notice me, and they will email me, and we will work together. And they are sort of waiting to get discovered in this industry. And the truth is that it's such a crowded space, right? We operate, our world is such a crowded space. Social media is so crowded. The chances of you getting discovered are just so slim. And of course it happens. Of course, editors do discover your work, whether it's something that you can share on your own blog or on Instagram or in other social media platforms. They do discover you, for sure, it happens. But it doesn't happen often enough for us to rely on it and solely rely on somebody discovering us and discovering our work. So that means that we have to get in front of people, and we have to do it a lot, and we have to do it often, and we have to be consistent with that. And that's where the problem comes for many people, because if you don't have the confidence that your ideas are good enough, that what you have to say is interesting enough, you're not going to do it, right? And then if you're not going to do it, nothing will happen. So those two areas are just so important. And these two areas are imagining our path, and building your confidence. It's not obvious for people. You know, when I talk about learning travel journalism and learning how to enter this industry and become a travel photographer and writer, these are not areas of expertise that will immediately come to people. You know, they think I will start teaching them something more concrete, like how to pitch, like how the industry works, and all the different intricacies of it. And of course, I am teaching that in our program too. But what I've realized is that before we get into that sort of tangible hard skills and understanding the industry, we need to spend time in these two areas, because this is like a foundation. This is like the foundation upon which everything else builds. And what happens when we imagine our new path, imagine our vision, and build our confidence, what happens is we get clarity. We get clarity, we get direction, we know exactly what we want. We know that we have what it takes to go after it, and we go and do it. The third area, which is also extremely important, is acting, and acting with conviction. Because again, you can actually imagine your vision all day long. You can have a beautiful vision on paper. You can build up your confidence. You can believe that you are good enough and your stories are good enough. But if you don't act, if you don't actually do anything out there in the real world, if you never send that email, if you never show up in front of editor, if you never reach out to a tourism board with a pitch, nothing will happen. Because again, if you're just waiting to be discovered, the chances of that are quite slim. So we need to act. So these three pieces together, they work together in propelling our career forward, in making sure that we start pitching, start getting assignments, start being sent to all these different destinations that we want to explore. They all work in tandem together. Because when you build your confidence and when you act with conviction, you actually step into a zone that I believe all of us have, but sometimes we just sort of ignore. And that zone is the zone of our creative genius, right? We are all here today on this call and in this info session because we are creative people. We want to express ourselves creatively, right? Perhaps we're photographers, perhaps we love to write, perhaps we love to tell stories, but we all have that creative spark. And when we have that confidence and when we're acting with conviction, we're actually stepping into that zone. And when we step into that zone, something beautiful happens. And I've seen it in our students again and again. It's just so beautiful to witness that transformation from being somebody who is unsure of their own potential, who are unsure they have what it takes, who don't quite believe their stories are good enough, to becoming a blossoming creator who comes up with ideas all the time, who pitches all the time, who publishes their work, and who is just living out the potential that they have and that I believe we all have. It's such a beautiful thing to witness. And again, I'm just so grateful that I get to see that as part of our Travel Media Lab community. I see that transformation in people again and again, and it's beautiful to see. And then finally, the final piece here is that when you act with conviction, and when you have that imagination, when you have that vision of what it is that you're trying to accomplish, that's how you build your portfolio. That's how you propel things forward. That's how you, over time, over years, start building your legacy, right? Because you're acting, you have that confidence, you're acting, and you're working towards a very specific vision that you have. And again, all these three areas, a clear vision, confidence to act, and actually taking action. This is what it takes to getting your work published, to flourishing as a creator, and to living out your potential in this world. And this concept and this framework is the foundation upon which everything that we do inside Travel Media Lab is built, whether it's this program that we're here today to talk about today, Introduction to Travel Journalism, whether it's our membership, the circle, whether it's any other sort of standalone workshops or anything that we're doing. This is what it's all built on, because I really believe that this is the key, this is the secret. These three areas together, they work together to create something really, really powerful for ourselves. And I want to share with you three quick stories of people who have gone through that transformation that I was talking about a minute ago. First, meet Hannah. Hannah is a wonderful member of our community. She's taking our classes. She's right now in our membership, the circle, and she was working in theater in London. And when she first came to us, it felt to her that becoming a travel writer is just a pipe dream. It will never be possible. But with the help of our program, she actually was able to turn that dream of hers into reality. And she says that when she signed up, she was very terrified about taking this leap of faith, but she truly believes now that it's not just a pipe dream, it's absolutely achievable and it's within touching distance. And she felt full of excitement, anticipation, curiosity, and wonder for the future. I mean, that's just such a beautiful thing to witness, you guys. And again, I am very grateful, and I'm very happy that I get to witness that transformation. And by the way, Hannah has been just on fire lately. She's been published at Time Magazine, Matador Network, several other titles that I can't remember right now. And she has an upcoming work coming out in another huge publication that she can't yet share, but she's just been on fire. And it's been so amazing to see her do this work and to become this flourishing, prolific writer that she has the potential of being. It's really wonderful. I also want to share with you a story of Ashley. Ashley is another person who went through our program and who is in our membership at the moment. Her challenge was that Ashley was waiting to finish a perfect piece of writing. She felt like she felt that writing that she had was not good enough. It wasn't worthy of sharing with people. And that was holding her back. Like, she wrote a lot, but she never shared it with anyone because she didn't feel like she had what it takes. And our program has helped Ashley to get her work and to get her stories published. And she says that now I not only see how the process works, but I actually understand how to do it for myself. This program completely pulls back the veil on how the industry works and how to open the gates for yourself. She says, you truly made the impossible feel possible and left not only me, but the whole group with a fully stocked toolbox to launch a writing career. And Ashley recently published a story on Condé Nast Traveler about nude bathing, which is just an incredible story, so well written. She's a wonderful writer, and it was, another dream come true for her that she was able to do that. And finally, I want you guys to meet Kim. Kim also took our program and is currently in our membership. And Kim has taken other travel writing courses in the past, but she told me that they left her feeling like this was really out of reach. Because the problem is that they never shared with her the how of the industry. How do you actually do it, right? How do you reach out to editors? What does the pitch look like? How do you pitch? What makes a good pitch? Like all the mechanics, all of the things that are really important, making sure that you actually get a yes to your pitch. She felt like those things were left out in many of the other courses that she's taken. And with our program, she was able to see that it's a really realistic path, and she gained the confidence to pitch and to reach out to people and to start progressing with her work. And she says that I highly recommend this program. It clears up the mystery of breaking into the travel writing industry. It also covers areas I wouldn't have expected, like acknowledging your fears and exploring the ways you view the world. So that goes back to what I just mentioned earlier, that a lot of times people don't expect that in this program, we spend so much time articulating our vision and also working on our fears, working on our doubts, building ourselves up, building our confidence. It's a really, really important part of this puzzle. And Kim has appreciated it a lot. And she says she progressed from wanting to write, but having no idea how to approach a magazine, to having the confidence to know how to write a pitch and to get it in front of editors. And by the way, just last week, Kim had shared with us that she just got two of her recent pitches accepted. So she's going to be published here very shortly, which is again very exciting to see for me, of course. So what we're going to cover today in our session is we're going to look at who this program, Intro to Travel Journalism, is for. We're going to look at how the program works. I'm going to share with you a special bonus as well for coming today. And we're also going to cover some frequently asked questions about the program. And if you guys ever, as I'm talking and as I'm sharing this with you, if you have any questions, please do feel free to share them in the chat. I will not be looking at the chat right now, but at the end, as we wrap up, I will look at the chat and I will cover any questions that you have. So feel free to drop them in the chat at any time. And we have a lot to cover today, and I see that we're already half an hour into this. So I'm going to stay over an hour. I'm going to stay and cover this hopefully for extra 10-15 minutes. If you have to drop off at any point, if you only have an hour, don't worry, we'll send you the recording of this so you get the full thing and you can watch it later on your own time as well. All right, so who is Intro to Travel Journalism for? This program is perfect for storytellers, for creators at any stage of their journey who want to break into the industry by actually completing and sending out pitches to publications. So if you've never done any pitching, if you don't have any work published, this is perfect for you. If you have done some pitching, if you have done some work published, but you need that sort of push, you need that invigoration, you need that community, you need that support to get back into it, this program is perfect for you as well. And just a second here, I think I need to mute somebody. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Yeah, if you guys are just joining us now, please mute yourself so we're not being interrupted. Okay. So who we're looking for is we're looking for a really diverse group of creators who are ready to act. This is important, you guys. You need to be ready to act to come to our program. Because again, remember that third part of the concept, the framework that I've shared with you, you need to do stuff. You can learn, you can definitely audit this program, but if you don't act, if you don't pitch, if you don't put your ideas in front of people, in front of editors, not much is going to happen. So you need to be ready to act. And we, on our end, we make it, we do everything in our power to make it easier for you to act. Because again, it can be scary. I know this feeling, and many of our students share that feeling, that intimidation, that doubt, that not being sure if what you have is good enough, you know. So we do a lot in our program to help you overcome that and to support you with our community. And that's why our folks, the people who join us, they get published, because this system, this framework, it really works. But that's who we're looking for. We're looking for people who are ready to act, who are ready to learn, ready to go through the program, ready to accept what I have to share, and then act and get the results that our students are getting. So this program, Interest Travel Journalism, it's a 6-month program, okay? So when you join us, when you register, you're gonna have access to all the lessons that I have for travel journalism, and all of the structure, all of the support. You're gonna have it for 6 months. And it's a good amount of time for you guys to really take everything in, to learn all the concepts that I'm sharing with you, and then to start applying them. Because again, the most important thing is that you act on the knowledge that we share inside of this program. And within those 6 months, you're going to learn how to take action to build your travel storytelling career. You're going to grow and you're going to develop in community with like-minded people who are on a very similar path. And you're actually going to start reaching out to your dream publications, and you're going to start seeing your work published, which is, of course, the most exciting part of this journey. And like I mentioned just a minute ago, many other classes and many other programs, they focus on the what, not on the how of this industry. So quite important distinction here is that in this program, we are not teaching you how to write. This is not a program that teaches you how to become a better writer or how to become a better photographer. There are plenty of courses out there that do that, right? That focus on the what of this industry. We are focusing on the how. We are focusing on how do you develop a pitch? How do you work with editors? How do you work with tourism boards? What does the finance finance part of this looks like? How do you ask for higher rates? And all of these other aspects, right? So if you're looking for a class or a course that teaches you how to become a better writer, this is not it. And of course, this comes with a caveat that in this program, I do make you a better pitcher. You will become better at pitching for sure. And there's an element of writing there too. So when you're developing your pitches, I will give you feedback. I will sort of point out where something is not clear, where something needs to change, where something needs to be added. So when it comes to pitching, you will definitely become better at pitching as part of this program. But we're going to spend majority of our time focusing on the how. How do we enter? How do we pitch? How do we work with editors, etc., etc. Okay, and that is actually why, again, that is why our students get the work published, because you can be a great writer, you can learn how to be a better writer, but if you still don't know how to pitch and how to work with editors and what actual steps to take to put your work out there, you're not going to be published. So I think it's really important that we focus on the how of this industry and not the what. Okay. And in this program, we are sharing with you 6 foundational systems that I've developed over 5 years of being in this career that are presented to you in video lesson format. So every single one of these modules and systems has several lessons as part of it, and each lesson is between 15 and 20 minutes long. I took the feedback from many of our prior students who told me that our lessons before used to be very long, very hard to sit through in one sitting. And I've completely redesigned everything. And so now every lesson inside each of these systems is 15 to 20 minutes long. You can listen it a little bit at a time, keep re-listening it. It's very easy to consume and to learn. And like you see here, we spend a lot of time on shaping our mindset, on knowing our worth, on building our confidence, on getting the basics of the industry, of finding the story idea that you will want to pitch, your first pitch to a publication. Then we're going to write the actual pitch, and we're going to look at how we keep momentum, how we, what resources are available, etc., etc. Okay, so when you join us, your 6 months in the program start by going through these 6 systems that I just covered step by step in those digital modules that are presented in a video format. So it's a video lessons, simple, effective assignments, not too many assignments, you guys. I give you some homework. Yes, there will be homework, but not too much homework, so you don't have to be overwhelmed. And there's also worksheets, fillable worksheets, so you can either print them out or you can, fill them out in PDF because it's fillable. We also have a private podcast, so you don't even have to sit in front of a laptop to listen and to learn. You can take it on the go with you anywhere. So when you join us, you get an invitation to a private podcast feed. You click the link, it loads into your podcast player on your phone. It's very easy. And then you have all this material in this audio format as well, which I know a lot of our students appreciate too. So as I mentioned before, we spent some time on this concept, right? We are imagining our path, we're building our confidence, and we're acting with conviction. So to imagine our new path, the first 2 systems inside our program are shape your mindset and know your worth. So shape your mindset, what does that mean? And that comes from my conviction, my personal conviction, that before you act in the world, before you make your dream that you have a reality, you need to have clarity. And you need to have the mindset that will help you take that action. So in this system, in this module, we're going to be looking at developing your vision statement. I have a very simple process that guides you through that. We're going to be looking at your fears and managing your fears and recognizing and acknowledging your fears and learning how to work with them. And we're also going to be looking at preparing for rejections, because rejections are also part of this path. They are inevitable, but that's okay, because we will learn how to deal with them and how to keep going forward. By the way, I still get rejected even today, you guys. In fact, my acceptance rate for pitches is about 30%. So 1 in 3 pitches that I sent out gets accepted. And the industry average number that I've sort of have seen thrown around is 10%. So 1 in 10 pitches usually gets accepted. So I know what works for the most part, but even I get rejected even now. And that's okay. I've learned over the years of not letting it affect me, because it's just a part of the industry. And we get into it in a lot of details in the program. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it today. And then the second piece of this puzzle is understanding, how do you market yourself? How do you better understand the gifts that you have, that you bring to the table? Because I believe we all have gifts. We all have incredible gifts. We all have very interesting, unique combinations of values, skills, experiences, gifts, and passions that make our perspective absolutely unique. The way I see the world is very different from the way you see the world. And that's our power. That is our advantage. And we can learn how to use that advantage. We're also going to be building our mission statement and getting an insight, a very important insight that will guide your decisions going forward. And I absolutely love these 2 modules, because to me, again, this is a foundation upon which everything else that you're going to develop in the program will build. And by the way, our students are appreciating it too. For example, one of them said, this exercise is showing me that while I say I dream of being a writer and photographer, I've never actually let myself really see it. And this exercise has helped me see that I can go bigger. So again, that transformation that I talk about, it's really, really awesome to see. The second piece of our concept and our framework is building your confidence. And in this program, we're doing it with learning travel journalism basics and finding your story idea. So in this module and in this system, we're going to get the scoop on how the industry works, right? How do you find publications to work with? How do you choose publications strategically? How do you ensure that you have the best chance of success when you pitch somebody? We're also going to cover the finances part of the equation, Word articles versus images or photo essays, let's say, print versus online. There's a lot of different intricacies in it, and I will be sharing all of that with you. And then in the following lesson, we're going to be developing your storytelling skills. We're going to be looking at how to identify angles. How do we pitch front of book stories versus feature stories? Online versus print. How do we work with editors and demystify that process of working with editors? So we're boosting your confidence by giving you all this knowledge that you can say, hey, I know how this works. I can do it, okay? And one of our other students has said, I wish I had done a course like this sooner. It felt like this was a door I didn't have the key to, and now you're teaching me to unlock and kick that door open. Again, really, really awesome to see that. And then the final piece of the framework is acting with conviction. And here we are dedicating 2 modules to that. It's writing your pitch and keeping momentum. So in the pitch module, we're actually going to develop the pitch that you guys are going to send to a publication. We're going to look at several other pitches. I'll share with you my template that I use. We're going to analyze to see what works, why it works, what doesn't work. And then you're going to craft your own pitch, share it with us. We're going to give you the support. We're going to give you feedback. We're going to ensure that it's the best absolute pitch you can do. And then you're actually going to send it out, because again, the goal of this program is for you to act, is to send that pitch out. And that's really important. And then finally, in the last module of the program, we're going to set expectations for the road ahead. I'm going to share with you different habits and practices that will ensure that you keep gaining momentum. Resources, support, all of that very important stuff. We're sharing that in this last module as well. And again, we're doing all this because we want you guys to get results. The goal for this program is for you to get published. And here's what one of our students have shared. I signed a contract with a massive publication this morning, and I'm still absolutely bouncing off the walls. It's an amazing feeling, you guys, and I want you all to experience that feeling as well, okay? And so the framework that I've just shared with you, right? So it has all these very important pieces, and I just shared with you how our program ensures that all these pieces get covered. But as I was doing this work, I also realized that there is a missing piece to this framework that we haven't quite touched on yet. And that missing piece comes from this question I asked myself some time ago. What could you publish if you had 6 months of unparalleled support? Okay, unparalleled support. This is actually the first time ever that I'm doing this, that this program that I'm teaching, the program about travel journalism, gets you 6 months of support inside our membership, the circle. This is really important, you guys, because I see the people who join us in the circle and who go through our process that we have over there, they get amazing results. So that's why for the first time ever, I'm including 6 months of our membership inside the circle as part of this program. What we do in that unparalleled support, we have weekly 30-minute calls. Every Monday we get on a call and we check in and we say, hey, how are you doing? Are you good? Are you struggling? Is there anything you need right now? What's urgent this week? What do you need to do? Don't forget this pitch. Don't forget to do that. We support each other every week, week in and week out. And that is really powerful, because when you get that support week in and week out, you feel like you can do anything. And it's really, really important. We also have monthly brainstorming calls where we do a round robin style pitch brainstorm. We get on a call and we all brainstorm our ideas, where we should pitch them, what angles, perhaps develop some new ideas on the call, and our members really love this call as well. We also have a private WhatsApp group that you're going to be a part of for 6 months, and that group is just amazing. We share our joys, we share our frustrations. Our students share their questions. If they need something urgent from me, they ask their question in the group. I'm always just a WhatsApp message away. That is really powerful as well. So that's not even everything we're including inside the circle. There's more. We have a focus workshop every month. We have occasional workshop with speakers that I'm inviting. We have a pitch review that I mentioned earlier. So just a lot that we're doing inside the circle. And right now, if you join us in the Intro to Travel Journalism program, you will be part of that structure and that support for a whole 6 months, okay? And our members love it. They absolutely love all the support and all the encouragement that we provide in this community. You know, you can see it yourself, a little cry of joy. I finally feel like I can call myself a writer. I'm beyond excited and grateful for your help, Yulia, and for the support and encouragement of everyone in this group. Because actually, what makes our group so powerful, it's not me, actually, guys. It's not me. Yes, I'm the founder and I'm sort of the facilitator of it, but somehow I attract just the most wonderful people in our community. And all the women so far who have been with us are just incredible human beings, and they're so supportive of each other, and they give so much to each other. It's really amazing to see. So I actually think that this is the biggest benefit of anything that we do inside Travel Media Lab is this community. You know, that word community gets sort of overused sometimes. We sort of loses its power, but this, I believe that this is the most powerful thing that we do inside. So that missing piece that I was talking about, it's unparalleled support. And for the first time ever, our program has it right now. I also want to spend just a minute talking about the bonuses that we have when you join us in this program. So right now, everyone who is on this info session, who sign up, registered for the info session, you are the only ones who are aware that if you join us between now and next Thursday, which is May 12th, you will get one extra one-on-one call with me. So our program already includes one-on-one call. And if you join us between now and next Thursday, you will get one extra call. And why am I throwing one extra call as a bonus for you to sign up? Well, because I'm acting upon the feedback that our students have given me. And our students keep telling me that these calls are really powerful, and they love these one-on-one calls where we just sit down and go really deep into whatever it is that you're working on, be it a pitch, be it trying to work with the tourism board, be it developing your next vision statement and where you want to take your life and your career, whatever it is, I'm there for you for a whole hour. And we go deep into your situation. And our students absolutely love these calls. They find them very valuable. So right now, if you join us between today and next Thursday, you will get one extra call as part of the program. Like I mentioned, you get the 6 months inside our membership, the circle. You get our wonderful community, our online community. You get one-on-one session that everyone gets. And of course, there's that extra one that I just mentioned. You get the actual pitch that I used to get a story published in National Geographic, and we'll take it apart and we'll understand what makes it a winning pitch. You get 3 extra workshops on finding more time in your week to do this work, on gaining confidence, and on funding your trips. Very important knowledge that we need. And again, like I mentioned, you will also get one extra session with me, one-on-one session with me if you join between now and next Thursday. All right, so a lot of stuff we're doing inside this program. You can see there is a lot, right? In these 6 months, you're getting the 6-module masterclass that I described to you that comes in those video lessons, very easy to consume video lessons. You get all that extra support inside our membership, the weekly calls, the monthly calls, the private podcast of the program, the coaching session, the template, the pitch template, and the bonus workshop. All of that, the total value of all of that is over $10,000. That's the total value of the program for the 6 months. And the program costs $24.97. So you can pay $24.97 as a lump sum today, or you can also pay it as a payment plan where you get $4.97 today and you get into the program right away. And then you get 5 more monthly payments of $400 each. The goal of this program, like I mentioned earlier, the goal of this program is for you to get published, but it actually is about so much more than that, because the side effect of you getting published and of you spending time on honing your pitches, on reaching out to people, on sharing your ideas and getting your ideas accepted, the side effect of that is that you're going to blossom into a much more confident creator who will say, I can do this. Whatever this is that you want to do next, you will say, I can do this. And this is the most powerful thing that I see our students go through and transform into. And it just makes me so proud that they do that. Reframe your mindset, right? Again, and other students have said, it helped me to have confidence in myself, not be afraid of rejection. So you're not only learning all those, again, hard skills of travel journalism and understanding the basics, you're actually growing as a person as part of this program as well. And another person also said that you will learn about yourself, and it's like a lovely lingering top note of learning about yourself and of developing and of growing and building your confidence and thinking that now the sky is your limit, because you're able to pitch, you're able to get your ideas across, and you're able to get your ideas published and accepted in some of these top publications. So again, lots of value, lots of things that we're doing in this program, and it costs $24.97. And we also have a payment plan if you would rather split those payments. And I know that it can feel like that's a big investment, right? And it's definitely an investment. It is absolutely an investment. But I want you guys to think about how would it feel 6 months from now when you've published the stories that you've always wanted to publish, when you have come across all these new opportunities because you've shared your stories with the world. How would that change the game for you? What new opportunities could this lead to, right? When your name is, somebody sees your name in the Condé Nast Traveler or in the National Geographic or in Time magazine, you never know who sees your work. You just never know who comes across your work and what kind of new opportunity this can lead to, what kind of new doors this can open for you, right? What new destinations you can discover, what new projects you can take on, because you've mastered what it takes to pitch, what it takes to get your work published, and what it takes to put yourself out there. And of course, like with anything in life, you have choices, right? We all have choices. You can join us in the program and you can go through that journey and through that transformation, or you can do nothing. And doing nothing means nothing will change, because again, I truly believe that the only way we change something in our lives is by acting. Sure, vision and confidence are very important, and we spend a lot of time on those elements. But at the end of the day, you need to act. And if you act, things will change. And if you don't act, things don't change. This is just as simple as that. And I also believe that you, every single one of you on this call today, and everyone who has registered for our info session and who is going to look at it later as a replay, you deserve the support that we give you. That support that we give you, you deserve that. And you deserve to get your stories out there every single one of us deserves that. You know, Elizabeth Gilbert has this very beautiful quote that I love. The universe has buried strange jewels inside of that and is waiting for us to discover them. So that's how I see this work, actually. The work that I'm doing inside this program, this is how I see it. I'm helping you discover those jewels inside of you and share them with the world. And I think that's just very beautiful. So I'm going to share with you now in the chat the link to our program, so you can check it out yourself. You can enroll already today. Enrollment is open. And if you are listening to this later as a replay, there is a button on this page, purple button that you can click, and you can join us as well. When you join us, you can access all the modules, all the lessons inside immediately. So as soon as you join, you get access, and you can start going with this program. And you can already join us on our next call, which is going to be next week. And like I mentioned, we have weekly calls. So every week there is a call happening. As soon as you join us, our next weekly call, you're in it. And just a couple of more sentiments from people who have gone through the program. Huge game changer for me in getting published. Oh, I thought I had more, but I guess I only have one here. So again, $24.97 is the price, and you can either pay it all at once, or you can do a payment plan of $4.97 today to get started, and then 5 more monthly payments after that of $400. Just really quickly, I want to go through the frequently asked questions that people ask us. How much time will this program require? So like I mentioned, the modules themselves are video lessons, so you can go through them at any time, as fast as you want or as slow as you want. I recommend that you do 1 module a week, so that in the next 6 to 10 weeks, you go through all of the knowledge that I share with you, and you spend the rest of your time in our program interacting with our structure of weekly and monthly calls. Because I believe that will give you the best chance of success, where you've gone through all the knowledge, and then you're interacting with us. You start sending your pitches out. You start submitting your pitches for review to me, so I can give you feedback. You start the whole process, right? So get the knowledge first, take that, get that out of the way, those video lessons, and then dedicate the rest of your time in the program to engaging with us in the membership. That's one way to do it. There's of course other ways to do it. You can go through the modules up until the 6th month of your time inside the program. It's completely up to you, but that's sort of how what I see work best. I don't have a good understanding of the travel media industry, or I don't know what story I could pitch to a publication. Is this program right for me? The answer is yes. I've designed it so that there's different entry points into it. You're going to get a good understanding of the travel media industry with this program. And you're also going to go through the process that will help you identify a story that you could pitch to a publication in this program. And by the way, if you still, even after going through that process, you don't know which story you should pitch, you come to our weekly calls and our monthly calls. And believe me, our whole community will help you to find an idea, because we're really good at that, and we're really supportive, and we interact with each other a lot. Is this program worth the investment in time and money? So again, this is an investment, right? This is I absolutely recognize that it's an investment, but it's an investment in yourself ultimately, because like I mentioned earlier, the side effect of going through this program is that not only you're going to learn travel journalism and how to work as a travel writer and photographer, you're also going to become much more confident creator. You're going to know, and you're going to be more comfortable with asking for higher rates when you work. You're going to be more comfortable with putting yourself out there. You're going to dream bigger. You're going to see bigger. And who knows where that will lead you, right? What kind of new vision you can unlock by going through this transformation. So yes, it's worth it. it's absolutely worth it, because not only all of this transformation that I just mentioned, but only you're going to have those 6 months of support inside our membership. And it's a lot of work, right? It's a lot of work for me to give you my time and to give you my attention and my sort of presence and knowledge. And it's 6 months of that support. So it's worth it. And how much value would you put on that transformation and on that sort of confidence and building up your self-worth and your knowledge? That's a question that only you can answer, of course. And yes, there is a payment plan. Like I mentioned, you can start with $497 today and 5 more monthly payments of $400. And finally, I didn't mention it here, but we are enrolling this program for a limited time only. So our enrollment ends on Sunday, May 22nd. So you have about 2 weeks or so to get enrolled. And again, if you enroll between now and next Thursday, May 12th, you will get one extra one-on-one call with me when you join the program. Then after May 12th, that bonus goes away. But you can still join us until May 22nd and get started in the program and, you know, get all of the other elements that we have discussed today. All right, so I know that it was a lot that I shared with you here, and a lot of I talked through some of it quite quickly, but I want to take a moment right now to see if you guys have any questions. We're actually doing pretty good on time. We're only 2 minutes over our 1 hour limit. So I'm going to just pause here and see if you guys have any questions. If you do, please feel free to drop them in the chat, and let me know how you feel. And if what I shared with you today has resonated with you, if you have any questions at all about anything that I've shared, please let me know. And I will take a sip of water while we see. And by the way, while we do that, I just want to let you know that this picture that you see, this image that you see on the screen right now, this is Wadi Ram, a desert in Jordan, one of my most favorite places on earth. And tomorrow morning, I'm actually going there. I'm going to spend some time with my Bedouin friends, and I'm very, very excited. It's funny that this picture is here and I'm going tomorrow. So I'm very excited about that. Zoe is asking, would this course suit someone who is primarily interested in pitching photography over copy? Great question, Zoe. Thank you for asking that. And the answer is yes, because even if you're pitching photo essays or photo work, you're still pitching. So you still need to know how to pitch. You still need to have an idea, right? You still need to have a storytelling idea with a clear angle that fits a publication. So whether you're pitching a written article or whether you're pitching a photo essay, the process that you're going through is the same. And the editor needs to see that you have a clear idea that fits with this publication. Where does it fit in the publication? And all the other elements of the pitch. So yeah, absolutely. In fact, we have several photographers who have gone through the program in the past and have found success with their essays, with their photo essays. They have started writing, by the way, as well, because I see that a lot of times there is overlap between what we do as photographers and writers. But yeah, it absolutely works for both. Thank you for your question, Zoe. All right, awesome. Any other questions, everyone? Chris, Aaron, let's see, Martha, Ella, Lourdes, Natasha. If you don't have questions, that's totally okay as well. You can also, I will be sending you this as a replay shortly. If you have a question later, feel free to reach out, just reply to the email. The emails that I will be sending you, just reply to those or send a message on Instagram. I'm very easy to reach. So if you have any questions, please feel free. Savannah is saying no question, but this is an incredible offering, Julia. Thank you so much, Savannah. I appreciate it. Ella says thank you. Lourdes says thank you. Cindy says I may write you later. Please, please do. I'm open. Lourdes is asking, how long have you done the course? How long have you done the course? I'm not sure I understand your question, Lourdes. Can you please elaborate? Are you saying how long have I been teaching this course and this program? If that's what you're asking, then I have started teaching it in 2020, actually, pandemic. Believe it or not, because of the pandemic, because I found myself like everyone in lockdown and I had more free time than ever before. So I created the program. But this iteration, this latest iteration is the best. And I'm not afraid to say that because I've done that work on myself too, right? Of building confidence and recognizing your worth. This is the best iteration of this program. I've added a lot of new material because I'm also learning from my students, right? When students give me feedback of, let's say, blind spots or things that can be better, etc., I add that. I take that feedback. So right now, it's the best iteration of the program that I teach. And what makes it special this time is, like I said, it's that it's 6 months of support inside our membership. So it's going to be really powerful, this iteration. Okay, so that was the question that you asked. Great, yeah. Kristen is asking, if I'm not ready to make this level of investment yet and need some time to save up, when is the next enrollment period after this one? Great question, Kristen. Thank you. I appreciate it. So we usually do this twice a year. So we open enrollment in May, and the next enrollment will be in November probably. So fall and spring is sort of the schedule that I've been doing. So yeah, the next one will be in the fall probably, either in October or November of this year. Thank you for that question. Awesome. All right. Well, let's see. If we don't have any more questions right this moment, I just want to thank all of you, by the way, and thank you for your time. I know this is a huge ask of me to ask somebody to come and spend a whole hour with me, listening to what I have to say. So I am really grateful to you guys. And I'm going to just stop sharing here for a second. I'm really grateful to you guys that you are doing this, and you came and you heard me today. You listened to what I have to say. If I may just leave you with one final thought, regardless of what you decide to do, if you decide to join us, of course, I will be very happy if you decide to join us. Or if you don't decide to join us, wherever your journey takes you from today, if I can just leave you with one thought, to remember that framework that I shared with you, that you have to know where you're going, you have to have a vision, you have to have confidence, and believe that you're worth it, that your ideas are worth it, that your stories are worth it. And then you have to act on those things, right? Have a vision, have confidence, and act on it. And most importantly, find a system of support for yourself, because it is just so much easier to move through the world and to get to where we want to go when we have somebody who can support us. It is just such a much more joyful way to do this, because it's not easy, right? Being a creator, being in the creative industry, it's not easy. We face a lot of obstacles a lot of times. So when we have people who support us, who support our doubts, who lift us up when we're feeling down, it's just so important. So again, whatever you decide to do and wherever your journey takes you next, I hope you can take that away, that if you have a vision and you have confidence and you act and you have a system of support, then really you can do anything. Thank you so much, everyone. It was my pleasure to be with you here today, and I hope to see you inside our program soon, and see you very soon. Thank you, Christian. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming, everyone. Zoe, Erin, Lourdes, Martha, Cindy. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your week, and I will see you around, everyone. Bye.